All right, you guys know what I'm known for. You know I like to make the price predictions. You know I've been right before. We essentially predicted that Bitcoin was going to be above 20K by the end of 2020. And I also predicted Ethereum was going to be above $1,000 before the end of 2020. Now is the time for the 2021 price prediction of Bitcoin. I'm going to be diving into all the other ones, JP Morgan, all these big people coming out the woodworks trying to predict the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be consolidating all of that information, as much information as we possibly can, into our own price prediction for this channel to see where is it going to be at the end of 2021, at the end of the bull run, and where's it going to be in 10 years. I'll answer all those questions and more. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video, and we're going to be talking about the most important subject, in my opinion. Okay, Bitcoin could potentially take off to $100,000. People are saying it's going to be $1 million. Some people are saying 288,000. We had recent price predictions. People are saying 210,000. What do I actually believe, right? When am I going to cash out? That's a big question, because 2017, you don't want to miss that. I missed it personally myself. I didn't miss it completely, but I wish I would have sold way more in 2017. So this is a question that we have to all come to a conclusion on. It's something that we have to revisit time and time again. Where's Bitcoin's price going to be, guys? Where is it going to be in the future? And at what point do we start cashing out? And towards the end of this video, I'm going to let you guys know exactly the price points that I'm going to be cashing out of Bitcoin. Now, understand this can completely change. It changes fairly consistently. So do us both a favor, hit that subscribe button as well as the push notification bell, because I told you to. Or don't do it. Who cares? I'm just joking, guys. But let's jump into the actual video. Knowing where to sell your Bitcoin is extremely important for cryptocurrency as a whole. We have to know where it's going to go so that we can actually lock in profits this cycle, right? So we're just going to go over a couple price predictions that I've been seeing and kind of the general consensus, what people have been reading. Understanding psychology, the math psychology, is really important. So as you can see here, there's 6 price predictions. I'm not going to read this, but I'm not going to insult you guys with your intelligence. I'm sure all of you have been seeing all the price prediction, but let's read the headlines. 100 to 200K, 200 to 300K. Some people are saying 400K, 500K. It's even some cases $1 million Bitcoin. I'm of course going to give you guys my price prediction. Other people are saying 400K. Here's original articles, right? S2F creator Willy Woo. Plan B, the creator of the Stock to Flow, is predicting anywhere from $100 to $288,000 per Bitcoin, right? $100,000+, right? We can keep going. The supply of Bitcoin is lower on paper. We can keep going. The Winklevoss twins are saying 500,000, right? They're saying 500,000 to $1 million if it takes the market cap of gold, et cetera, et cetera.
When I say $500,000 of Bitcoin, that's actually the conservative case. It could easily be a couple times more, or even order of magnitude more. And by the time it gets there, like, you're never selling your Bitcoin. If you need to use fiat, or, I sort of say cash is trash, you'll just be able to borrow. And today you can borrow off your Bitcoin, get the cash, spend it without selling the Bitcoin. So
we have other Bitcoin price predictions where we have Robert Kiyosaki, the creator of, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He's saying $75,000 Bitcoin. Max Kaiser is saying $100,000 Bitcoin, and he's also saying 400,000 long term. They're not really clarifying exactly how long term. But like you guys see the headline news, it's the same thing over and over again. This article right here is saying Raul Paul says 1 million per Bitcoin, Winklevoss 500K, Citibank 318K. We have a whole bunch of 100K, we have 65K. There's a lot of different predictions. So the thing here is you got to understand that people are reading these articles, right? They're reading it. They're watching YouTube videos about people making it, right? JP Morgan, look, JP Morgan saying 146,000. Fidelity Investments is predicting 1 million. If we look at the stock to flow model, the original stock to flow model, we can come to the conclusion that, it might be this is 100,000, but it's going to definitely jump above that line, as you can see here. So just looking at this, if you guys don't know what it is, essentially they're calculating the amount of inflation, or the amount of supply that's actually coming out every 10 to 15 minutes with block rewards in comparison to the price. So you guys can read into it for yourself. Look up the stock to flow model. Then, Plan B created another one called Stock to Flow X. They're saying 288,000 if it gets the same market cap as gold and silver, et cetera. We have Benjamin Cohen predicting the total market capitalization of all cryptos to be somewhere around, a $10 trillion valuation. Right now, as of me making this video, we're about $1 trillion valuation. So he's saying maybe like a 10x on Bitcoin. Not exactly, that's not what he's saying at all. But you can come to the conclusion that you're going to see a 5 to 10x from where it is now. So right now, Bitcoin currently, me making this video is about $40,000. We have other logarithmic charts that are predicting a little bit less. So maybe like right here, some people are saying $70,000, right? If you just draw it yourself, right, with two curved lines, you could see it could be less than 100,000. There's a couple people have been saying that, and I see why they're going to do that. So let me just come to my conclusion. A lot of this you have to understand is going to be one, data science models from people that, we don't know if they're lying to us or BSing us. You have to understand that because we've created data science models in the past, and you have to understand that there's variables that you have to replace, and it's not like mathematically correct variables. Essentially, when you're making these data science models, it's like a give take thing. The charts don't line up perfectly all the time. If you do like logarithmic regression or something like that, I just want to be very clear with you guys. There is a controlling factor for these data science model experts. They're controlling it. So there's no like guarantee mathematical, equation that's going to solve all our problems for the Bitcoin price prediction. But I'm taking everything in consideration. I'm taking, the gold market cap thing. I'm taking the silver market cap. If Bitcoin's total, or if cryptocurrency's total market cap surpasses gold and silver, or you can even say the same thing with Bitcoin. I'm taking all this into consideration. Stock to flow X, stock to flow. I'm taking consideration, smart people that I've talked about in the community, because you have to understand that's another factor, because these people are just putting it into their heads, right? And that's psychology, right? So this is what I'm looking at, okay? It's very simple. So one thing I do know for a fact is, according to the law of diminishing returns, the amount the cycle lasts will take longer and longer. As you can see from the first top of the first cycle to the second top, it was about 884 days. The second one is about 1,522 days. Now, I believe where everybody's wrong on, the sub $100,000 price predictions, this is just my opinion. Where they go wrong is the time frame, right? It's going to be longer than the last one. So we will see a pullback. Now, if you look at the lines, a lot of them have been doing like technical analysis, logarithmic regression, but they mess up the time frame. So if Bitcoin kept going parabolic from where it's at now, I could see why there's sub, $100,000 price prediction. Some people were like saying like 76,000 or something like that, 67,000. I could see why it's sub 100K. But if you expect a pullback, right, similar to what we saw here, and it will prolong it. And the more it prolongs it, the higher the price could potentially go. If we come over here, like, I'm not going to take the average because there's not enough price history for that, but I know it's going to be longer than 1,500 days till we reach the top. Well, I don't know that, but I'm pretty confident it is. We could definitely see if we get, I don't know, if we just guesstimate and say something like 2,000 days, then the ending is going to be around here, guys. 2,000 days to the next cycle ends. So that means, we're seeing a $200,000 Bitcoin here. So we could definitely have pullbacks like the whole way. That's not out of the question at all. Now, this is just a guesstimate from past, performance. Everything's different now. We actually have real utilization in Ethereum, so that might take some market cap away. DeFi is actually like a real trend now. It's not speculation like it was in 2017. So Ethereum might, take some of that market cap. Polkadot competitors, great competitors. There's institutional players in Bitcoin now, so this might be like a massive super cycle that kind of just leaves all of this irrelevant. Like there might be extra players that step in, or whatever the case is. This is like the perfect time for Bitcoin. If you guys understand what's going on with the market, it's so perfect for Bitcoin. So it might be different this time. We might see, something, this could be completely broken. It can go further, guys. That is a possibility. So what do I do, right? It's kind of like all these different price predictions. What are you going to do to secure it? It's very simple, guys. Personally, this is my personal, you can do different, but personally, I am not cashing out 1 cent until Bitcoin hits 100,000. Once it hits 100,000, I will make my first exit. So it's very simple, guys. The amount of cryptocurrency I have, I'm going to split it up into 10 equal distributions. So if I had $100 in crypto, I'm going to do 10 plots of $10. This is horrible. I wish I had like a actual drawing pad or something like that. Bear with me, guys. So at 100K, right? So let's say hypothetically this was 100K. I will take my first position out. Okay. So I'll take out the $10 minus 10. Now the second, I would probably, okay, I'm leaning towards different things, because before I was like, let me just cash out only 50% of my Bitcoin. But honestly, guys, I think I'm leaning towards like cashing out 70% of all my crypto. These 10 plots, I'm going to make 7 exits. So I think it could realistically, if we see like a really good pump, we could probably see like 200,000, maybe like $220,000 is realistic. So I'm going to take 7 steps in between that. So if I think the all-time high is 220K, If that's what I think, that's what I'm leaning towards now. From all the research I've done, there's no way. It's some of it's intuition, guys. That's just the truth. There's no way I can show you like perfect evidence lining everything up. Like nobody can do that. If they're claiming they could do that, they're leading you in the wrong way. Math is just one variable. Math works, but so does psychology, so does speculation, so does the internet. So does network effects. There's a lot of variables to take in consideration. So some of it is intuition, and this is just my personal price prediction on Bitcoin. Don't take anything I say seriously, and of course, none of this is financial advice. But we have the last. I believe it's going to, at least right now, this could change. It's going to go to 220,000. So it's very simple. If I'm going to cash out 70% of my cryptocurrency, then I have to just take 7 positions out. Now I don't know exactly the price, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know the exact price because it depends on what the TA is looking at the time. It depends on the market conditions, but it's going to be very similar to maybe this, right? Essentially, I'm just going to cash out every so often. So the first one will be 100K. Then the second one might be 115K. Then the third one might be 125K and so on. And I'll keep cashing out. I want you guys to come to your own conclusions because, you know, the people that are kind of making you feel good about specifics, like they're telling you specifics, this exact price point, that's not true. It's not the way life works. So just knowing this strategy and understanding what I'm talking about, this is essentially reverse dollar cost average. So you're dollar cost averaging out of cryptocurrency, and that's exactly what I'm going to do there. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. You see all the price predictions. You've seen, you know, what I'm looking at. This is my specific price prediction. Now, the time frame is hard, right? So let me just go back to that chart because I don't want to conclude it without you guys knowing. So as you can see here, it's not going to be 2,000 days, maybe. I'm thinking realistically, maybe like the end of 2021 is more realistic. So maybe around this time frame, we're going to see the all-time high. And right here, we're seeing 168,000. So I don't see why I can't jump up a little bit above this line, right? So that's why I'm saying 220,000 is pretty realistic. So my time frame by the end of 2021 is going to be more like, let's see. If we look at 2022 and we look at it from this way, I'm pretty sure we could see maybe at the end of 2021 towards the start of 2022, my price predictions around $70,000 to $80,000 per BTC. It could be more than that. If I'm wrong, that's a conservative bet. Realistically, it's probably going to hit I wouldn't be surprised if it hits the 100K point by the end of 2021. I would not be surprised at all, but it's in that range, anywhere from 70,000 to 100,000. I can't give you guys the exact buy points. Just take it for what it is. Keep watching Bitcoin, keep staying up with the market. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.